there, bonies and lasses. Welcome back to a belated Ducktales review on Game Bros Station. I've probably offended all the viewers.
No, you didn't. Everyone loves you, Mark.
And, well, as you probably know, speaking of people who are loved and who are not, Jared, our beloved leader, is not here today. Oh, wait, I'm kidding. He's beloved, of course, the wee spoon. I call him Spoon.
Well, he does hold
joining
things.
He does hold. He can hold them like the best of them.
Better later than never.
Better later. This is what happens when the loons are running the duck's nest, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
Joining me today, as always, though, is our beloved co-channel person, Matt.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick. Whoops, that's the wrong show.
You Frenched up.
I Frenched up so hard, but we're talking about Scottish ducks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the episode 12 review of DuckTales. Well, we're no longer in 2017, but 2017 nonetheless, I suppose.
Yeah.
Titled The Missing Links of Moorshire.
Oh, is that what the episode was called?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of zoned out when the title came up.
Me too. I don't even remember seeing the title, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's a good point.
With two cameos voice actresses today.
Apparently.
Tara Strong and Andrea Libman of the My Little Pony series, but we'll get into why that's a very tongue-in-cheek... Actually, there were two tongue-in-cheek little nods here to golf and Scottish lore we'll get into today. But we'll start off with our synopsis and take it from there.
All right.
Scrooge McDuck and Flintheart Glumgold are out on the golf courses in Scotland to prove who's the better Scottish billionaire golfer. And we also find out that golfing is in the McDuck blood, and apparently they invented the sport. Let it never be said that ducks did not contribute to modern society, Matt.
They seem to contribute a lot to the Disney anthropomorphic universe.
Right?
What the hell did Mickey's family ever accomplish?
They built a theme park, Matt. They built a theme park. Anyway,
That's
they
true.
wind up... this episode focuses on Scrooge, Glumgold, Dewey, and kind of Louie, I guess. Huey's kind of doing some pretty funny golf commentary with Launchpad.
Yeah, he was doing that. No, I would say the focus was on the blue one.
Dewey?
Yeah, I still can't keep track of their names except Huey. That's it.
Those were basically the teams, though,
Yeah.
so to speak. They wind up accidentally swinging the golf ball into a Scottish moor with a monolith, I believe. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I would say so. It's like a Stonehenge monolith.
Stonehenge monolith-like structure. Get teleported to some ancient otherworldly Scotland where they're met by two horses whose manes are suspiciously wet. This is the My Little Pony reference. They're actually a mythical creature called Selkies, right?
I believe
Is that a Selkie or a Kelpie? Kelpie. It
Well,
might be.
Selkies, I believe, are like half human, half like seal things. But yeah, no.
Okay, then this is the Kelpie, because they're supposed to be like half. They're supposed to be mer horses, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, this is the Kelpie. A lot of E's. And they are not very good at luring people to their watery graves, if we may say so ourselves.
Yeah, no, they're pretty shitty at it.
And this is your My Little Pony reference, folks. Just remember, I believe Louis quite literally first to him is, can we please ignore these murder ponies?
I love it just line. It's like, oh man, that was funny.
All the while during the golf course, they're being pursued by the mist, which we later finds out has turned all the other golfers to stone. And Scrooge is trying to impart golfing wisdom onto Dewey, and Louis is just making money hand over fist by being Glumgold's caddy who tips by the hole.
Yeah.
And I believe the message at the end of the episode, because this was one of the ones that did have more of, this is the message of this episode. We'll maybe argue how well it executed, but
Yeah.
a teacher is supposed to take pride in their student, not in themselves.
Yeah.
I believe would be the fair takeaway, Matt.
Yeah, I would say so. It was probably like more of a looser take on the whole, like, our students are the surpassed versions of ourselves or something. Kind of like that Last Jedi message was.
They continue on and learn more than we will.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
take our knowledge and go with it further than we can.
Yeah, that's the whole point of passing down knowledge is so they can surpass you.
Right. That's the hopes of a mentorship.
Yeah.
But with that being said, yeah, that was basically the episode. They get out of there okay, of course. We got to be here for next week's episode, so we can't have them trapped in a parallel Scottish moor pursued by murder My Little Ponies.
Yeah, no, they'll be fine. They'll be fine as you watch the episode.
They'll be fine!
Fine. There's no stakes. It's a series, not a movie.
Well, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but Yeah, we'll open up the forum here. Matt, your thoughts?
Okay, so I actually really found this episode to be very relatable in many aspects, aside from the golf thing, because I don't play golf. But just like the whole way it was set up, just like the tiny little things, aesthetically, I found it very pleasing. Like the humor, the part where Webby is pretty much me, when it's like, I've never been sport before, so I'm just being supportive. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, no, she was going hog wild. There was a premature firework launch.
yeah, I thought that was fine. Well, first thing I'll say though is like I thought the humor was pretty funny for the first half. Kind of teetered away a little bit as it went on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it drew me in. I really liked that. It was also funny. It's like, yeah, I find sports boring. It's like there's nothing much to it. Then they find the monolith, and they're suddenly in a video game aspect of like a crazy golf montage and all that shit. And I'm like, you know what? I like this. You're taking a mundane sport and putting like crazy stakes and mythical shit to it. I love it. I love it. And the other thing I really wanted to point out, and I'm pretty sure you would appreciate this. I actually really like the background art in this episode.
No, this is one where the background art for me really, especially once they cross over to the parallel version, for me, it really popped and it stood out a lot more. I think so far with the series, the backgrounds have been more subdued.
Yeah.
I believe, and lending it to the style a bit. This was one episode where you were really like, wow, we're getting into something special here.
Yeah, no, I thought, because I remember I was joking to you when the monolith first appeared. I was like, oh, of course we got to put something supernatural in this. I was like, okay, here we go. But as we started to explore more of this mythical Scottish realm, I was like, you know what? I'm down with this. I just finished playing God of War, and now I'm watching this. I was like, I appreciate the environment art that they made here. I thought it was really, really cool. So, yeah, with that being said, I thought the overall message, it made sense to me. It wasn't, like, well put together, I would say, but it made sense to me. You had a guy, Dewey, who was just gung-ho happy. He's like, yeah, I want to do that. And he pretty much has luck on his side. He's pretty much the Kirk of golfing, where he's just like, he's just extremely lucky and haphazard about it. Where Scrooge is like, you go to follow the protocols and do all that, and you'll be a great golfer. And that was the other thing I was going to bring up, is I actually kind of like the fact that Scrooge McDuck is not all powerful, because I think that was like some of my complaints in previous episodes, where it's like, oh, he's Scrooge McDuck. He can do anything he wants and he'll be fine. On this one, they actually showed him having flaws in his skills, and I kind of appreciate that. I don't like it when a character's like all-out Superman can do anything. So that much I appreciated.
All right. Well, we'll jump into me then. I think I was like you. I definitely liked the beginning, the first half, and once we bled into the mythical realm too, of course.
Yeah.
I definitely liked that a lot more. I do think for me it really teetered off in the end. I kind of think it was just because for me it was either just the message kind of came really quickly. When they planted the seeds for the message, like for me it felt like 2/3 of the way, and as opposed to maybe a little earlier on in the episode.
Yeah.
And but Scrooge did have a pretty good threat. Scrooge threatens his great nephew with, if you take a club away from a Scotsman, you better knock him out. And I was like, whoa, Scrooge. But yeah, I think I would have liked it maybe if the message was set up a little earlier, and maybe if it wasn't just Dewey saving the day kind of off of beginner's luck again, like maybe he did take some of what Scrooge was trying to teach him in the beginning to heart. Yeah. There was more of a meeting in between for them.
Yeah, because definitely the way it ended on the final stroke, he was starting to apply what he learned from Scrooge, but he's like, screw it, I'm just gonna swing and hope it
was subverting the message, I guess. And I would have liked it if they actually they did bridge it a little bit. It's kind of, I think I'm a little burnt out with, subverting expectations in the literal sense. Like there's ways to do it in writing, but then it's just like, well, like for me, I don't want to take it there because I know a lot of people are still pretty confrontational about it. But like in The Last Jedi, when Luke just tosses the lightsaber over the shoulder, I'm like, okay, whatever. The last movie, whatever then. Okay, this clearly isn't that important anymore.
Yeah.
It was so. I think I'm a little tired of subverting expectations for the sake of a joke.
Yeah.
I think is what I'm trying to say.
That's fair.
But overall, yeah, a lot of fun. Launchpad actually got, I think, a little more laughs out of you than usual this episode.
He did. But there were a couple of times when he just kind of teetered it off.
No, yeah.
But except for the second half, that's when I was like... Yeah,
no,
okay.
yeah. But it was a fun episode. I think it wasn't as strong as last week's, but last week you could accuse me of being, well, it had the fan service, it had this, it had that, and that's why it resonated so much more with you. And you know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
I will take that criticism, but I think for me, I think last week's was better. I know, according to some people I've read, some of these episodes for season 1 are just airing out of order.
Right.
At least out of production order, I should say. So
yeah.
It's a little hard for me to say what was where the writing staff really clicked where or here or there.
Yeah.
But this was a good episode. I'm not going to dismiss that. It's a solid episode, and by no means the worst episode. It's just, well, I think anyone would agree last week's was a tough act to follow.
It was. It really was.
Mm-hmm. Or last week's, because we're a week late. We apologize for that.
We do, but
don't worry that this week's is coming.
It is. And luckily we have a break coming up. Well, the show has a break coming up.
Right.
So we can catch up.
We can compose ourselves, catch up, and be up to date. So don't worry about that. And we'll be keeping track of this much more regularly now. Just some things came up.
For sure, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the episode. It had a couple of flaws and all that, but aesthetically, I got to appreciate it, and it was a lot of fun.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah, it was. It's good Jared's not here, like, poking me in the face saying, like, isn't that funny, man? Isn't that funny? I don't know why I'm poking myself. You can't see it. But, yeah, that's pretty much what Jared does, little bitch.
And for those of you who are concerned, don't worry, Jared won't be joining us next week. That came out wrong. He won't be here for next week's episode, but once we get back into it in June, once the June episode starts, Jared will be back, and we'll have the full panel going on.
For sure, guys.
Okay, everybody. Well, that'll do us for this week's review of Ducktales. We hope you enjoyed the ride and had a rousing game of golf.
It was a lot of fun, and I wish I could see more of that. But
What?
Sorry, I'm not Scottish. I'm questionable.
None of us are Scottish.
Tune in next time, folks, when we watch more DuckTales and watch more movies and games and whoever be. To be continued, everyone. Say bye, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
That's not Scottish. You did it poorly.
Ah!